Good morning, guys. Another Workout Wednesday installment for you. April Dupree here with fitness and nutrition expert Mackie Shilstone. You may notice that we are at an amazing location today. This is the NOPD SWAT headquarters. I'm not going to tell you where it's located, but it is an awesome facility. And notice that we're in a boxing ring. I'll let Mackie tell you a little bit more about that. But we have been doing what's known as the Mackie method over the last few weeks, showing Mackie's secrets and the sequence that he does them in order to be known as the Machinator and a freak of nature, basically, because none of us are as fit and in shape and disciplined, for that matter, as he is. But I'm going to hand the mic off to Mackie. Notice that we have a few pieces of equipment. It's all about doing multi-level exercises this morning, and he's going to explain a little bit more about that.
April's very kind. All I'm looking to do is be a strong, resilient, let me look over into the camera, a strong and resilient 70-year-old man. That's my goal. In other words, I don't want to go broken. I'm going to go standing up. And with that, I'm going to show you one that I've been doing for a long time for me. And I'm going to use a kettlebell. I'm going to use a 1 pound, 2 1-pound weights, and I'm going to use cuff weights. And you do not have to use any equipment with this, and April will point out. But it's for the strong abs, the butt, and the thighs. And you will get some secondary effects to the back of the shoulder. So take a look as I go get set up.
These are all problematic areas that we want to control. And of course, we want to strengthen them just in general. So you guys can see that Mackie's gonna use those ankle weights at first, and he's gonna strap these on. You do not have to have heavy ones. You can use ones that are super light. Start with 1 or 2 pounds. And if that's really easy, then you can bump up to 3 or 4, even 5 pounds, just depending on what your level of strength is. He has that 1 pound hand weight. You don't have to have the little pistol weights. You can have traditional hand weights or dumbbells as you find at your local sporting goods store. Notice that he's bringing the opposite arm and leg out, and he's keeping his foot fairly flexed. It's not pointed, to be able to maximize that core area, and of course working those legs and arms. His head is staying down as well for stabilization and that low back. Crossing 1 foot over the knee, opposite side, you're going to be lying down. If you need more support by taking that hand that's on top in front of you, holding down onto the ground, you can do that, but he's going to go into that lifted leg, going towards the top of the ceiling or sky, opposite side. So you are going into those adductors, working the inside parts of our thighs. Again, you can put that hand in front of you if you need a little bit more stability. He's gonna face prone, which means facing down. You can have a towel, a small pillow, whatever works for you. A yoga mat is just fine as well. Taking those weights, making sure the thumbs are up, pelvis stays down into the ground, lifting the opposite arm and leg. So in that Superman or swimmer's position. Again, keep the forehead down, keeping the neck nice and neutral, and stabilizing the spine. Flipping over, grabbing that kettlebell. This is about 10 pounds. You can use a smaller weight. You can start with that a little bit smaller if you like. Notice that he's placing that by his pelvic area, going into that bridge motion. Feet are nice and flat. The heels or the toes are not off the ground, and the head is lying flat as well. So he just showed us a couple of reps. But then I'm going to get Mackie to explain exactly how many reps should be done, and then what specific order we should do these in, because again, the order means everything.
Well, the order I did it was exactly what you should do. Notice that I ended with a kettlebell. You don't have to use it, but I wanted to end with an extension of the hip. I wanted to end with a bridge, because everything I did in certain areas tightened the hip flexor, and that can lead to back problems. So I want to end with an extension of the hip, raising the bridge. And again, I'm doing 20 reps. I'm doing that weight. Actually, I use a 20-pound kettlebell, and I actually use heavier weights, but on your shoulder, I would only use 1 to 2 pounds. Even my greatest athletes aren't doing 5, 6 pounds. That's where you get into trouble. You see, it's not 3 sets of 10, it's like 3 sets of 30. Because you don't throw 100, you don't throw 30 pitches in the game unless you're a reliever maybe. So a starter is gonna throw 125 before they yank them. It's all about sequence, it's all about prevention of injury, it's all about the right form.
Thank you so much for explaining that, guys. Join us next week. These have been some amazing workouts. Visit MaxwellNutrition.com for all of these workouts and other nutrition tips. And of course, visit WWLTV.com and click on the Health tab. We'll see you next week.